good morning and welcome everybody to this week's Fiberific Live Craft and Chat. It is Thursday here in Australia. We are live here on the YouTube channel. As you can see, we have Snowy in the Snowy cam. She was bribed today, I'm not going to lie. She's been nomming on a peanut butter filled Kong thing. She's very happy. She's very happy. So Spanish Chicks, I may have said hello to the chat before I changed over to this screen, and I'm getting in trouble for being in the chat and not on the screen, so sorry about that, Spanish Chick. So we have Snowy Cam. I still haven't made a border for Snowy Cam. I totally forgot, to be truthful. I've got some ideas. I've got some seriously cute ideas, but I have done nothing with them whatsoever. So welcome, and if you're here in the chat, say hi. Let me know where you are in the world and what you're working on. Just down here in front of me, I'm working on the Battenberg, so I'll switch down to that view soon. Hey Teresa, thank you. Happy Thursday to you too as well. Creatively Tracy, welcome to the chat. So we've got a few new names in here. So if you are new to the Fiberific YouTube channel, or at least to the lives, I mean, you may not be new to the channel at all, and I'm making assumptions. I'm very sorry. But if you're new to the Fiberific live streams, make sure you hit that thumbs up and, you know, keep going in the chat, keep chatting to each other. I don't always catch every single comment, so I do try to respond and all that sort of stuff. So, so let me know if you are catching the replay. Put your questions straight in. It doesn't matter if it just looks like you're talking to yourself. I will get in there and I will reply. I will not leave you hanging if you are watching the replay. So words are hard. Yes, words are hard this morning. I really need some good sleep is what I'd like. Thanks very much. Does anybody else need good sleep? I have really been struggling lately. I don't even know why. There's no reason why. Now, I wanted to go back to the very beginning of the chat. This morning, I jumped in. Naughty little Skane had snuck in under the wire again before I realised she was here and super chatted. And I just really want to say a huge thank you to Naughty little Skane. She said, have a wonderful stream. Sorry couldn't stay again. Hopefully next week I'll be able to catch the live. Naughty little Skane, we can't wait till you can catch live again, and I really appreciate you giving that super chat. That is awesome. So where are we? We've got Teresa from Indiana. She's working on knitted socks for her grandson. Oh, how cute are they going to be? I mean, I'm assuming your grandson is little. I mean, he could be 6'7" with a size 14 shoe, and then therefore the socks probably aren't as cute. Just put that out there. Rhonda Lever, welcome. I'm new here working on a Maritimo? I'm sorry. I have to make a confession, everybody. I've been struggling a little bit with reading, and just seeing in general, seeing things up close. Now, I've always had a problem with my distance vision. I have to wear glasses for my distance. But yesterday, I bit the bullet and I went to the optometrist. I have reading glasses coming, and they're a pretty decent prescription for a first pair of reading glasses. They're a little bit surprised. So yeah, so if I'm struggling, it's because the screen's just that little bit too far away. I could probably, I'll see if I can just drag it a little bit closer without destroying anything. Let's hope I do not disconnect. That's as much as I'm going to touch it. Okay, and that's brought everything into focus. That's wonderful. No, he's small, 6 years old. Okay, therefore they will be cute socks. Awesome. That's how many thumbs up we can see on the video. So you need to get those thumbs up in there, guys. There's 22 people currently here as far as I can tell, and 12 thumbs up. You don't like it here? Is that what you're saying? You know, you can increase your zoom or drop your resolution, but then I can't see everything on my screen if I increase the zoom. I've got a lot going on my screens to keep the whole live stream running tickety-boo. I'm a one-man band. There's no one in the background controlling things. I sort of control it all while I'm, you know, doing all the rest of everything else. Morning, Lisa Lenton. Welcome to the chat. Holly, I'm working on a cardigan in California, 90-degree weather. Can somebody convert 90 degrees into Celsius for me? Pretty please with Crispies. Enigmata says like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Enigmata. Yeah, absolutely. If you are in a community that you think would enjoy chatting about yarn and just life in general while we craft along together, share a link to this live stream in that community. The more people that are here in the chat as well makes it more fun for everybody. Vanessa is making some banana muffins with the kids. Knitting crochet is a mama vertebrae. Did I read that right? I'm not sure. Spanish, yeah, the likes are going up. I can just see them going tick, 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 tick. It's great. So 32C is 90. Okay, yeah, that's pretty warm. Yep. I'm in Queensland. We're subtropical here. Our winters only our tops in winters get to about, what's an average top in winter, like 20 degrees Celsius, and then our summers eke into that sort of 38 to 41, 42. For us, it's the humidity. The humidity is horrid. So if you're new here, as it gets hotter and hotter, I've got this old air conditioner. It's just up here. I'll be kicking it on. It'll be whirring and making splattering noises, but I'm sorry, we have to just suck it up, because otherwise all this lighting and the laptop and everything, it creates heat, and if I don't try and cool it down, everything just crashes and burns. So we don't want that. Where are we? Lisa is on the drive to Mooloolaba. My poor husband is kindly letting me listen through the car. Oh, thank you. And I want to say a huge thank you for your printing recommendation. Was it only last week? Was it the week before? It feels like it has to have been the week before. But all my printing has arrived and I love it so much. So the staff were fantastic. It was just a fantastic experience. If you guys want a local Brisbane printer, DM me and I'll send you a link. I've got to double check with them if I'm allowed to say it out loud. I don't know. But yeah, they were fantastic. Loved them. Stacey is knitting on her Maritimo top as well. Spanichick says it's more fun when I'm just a voice in her head. Yeah. Kim was thinking about coming and joining me live today, but we had a change of plans, and so it's tricky. It's tricky. Oh, he's smiling and happy with himself, and I can say it out loud. So I've been using oh my god, now my brain is like, my printing pile is at CPX printers at on the north side of Brisbane. They're fantastic. .com.au. I don't know. I'm gonna go and get a piece of paper and double check it. I could be just saying the totally wrong things. They were great. Fantastic service. Quick as. So quick. Good pricing. Like, I could fault nothing, honestly. I'm so happy, and I'm like, what else can I have printed by someone other than me? So, there's a little line of things as I save up and pay for it. And also make space for the piles, because I normally print as I need things, and my poor laser printer is just like going, I don't like printing. And so I am going to replace it, but I'm also working on ways to make them last a bit longer than 12 months. Enigmata says, by the way, I did cables for the first time this week and made a winter hat. I loved it so much, I've started making another one. Enigmata, that is fantastic. It is so scary sometimes trying something new that we don't give it the energy that it needs to do it, because it's scary. So you've got to get rid of the negative energy as well as the energy pouring into trying to create something you've never tried before. I'm so glad you enjoyed it and that you made a hat. Creative loves cable hats. I've got a cable hat that I've made. Cables are not my strength. Because I knit loose sleeve, my cables always look meh. So I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna learn how to do it nice, and I like crispy cables. I like those cables that just pop out. Sometimes that comes down to the yarn. A good round yarn really helps with cables. But yeah, it is definitely a skill. It's definitely a skill. So I am Chick has popped a link. So many things. Love sparkles. I was actually wondering if you guys do like oh, my internet was playing up a little bit there. We do have a slight problem. My husband is also on a call today. Yay! I'm just going to see if I can change some settings, drop my output down a little, just to see if we can make life a little easier for us. We'll see if that works. So this is live, baby. Stuff happens. Yeah, it's sometimes it crashes and burns totally and everything falls down. And sometimes we get to the end and everything disconnects from my computer and it just goes, okay, live stream over now, bye-bye. So, you know, we just hold our breath and put our tongue in just the right spot and hope. So I'm back to a green signal here, so fingers are crossed that we are okay. So no, the buffering was on my end, guys. I'm sorry about that. I lost my signal for just a second. So hopefully we are all good to go. Rebecca says, I made my hair appointment for next Tuesday for colour and cut. She didn't have enough to do my whole head in pink. Oh, well, that's exciting. It's so nice to have your hair done. I've got a hair appointment next week too. So I'm very excited about that as well. Lisa says, the only issue with being in the car is I've got no crochet while I drive and type. I'm really hoping you're not driving and typing at the same time. Not that I want to be the phone police, but I don't want to be the reason someone has an accident. Leslie, hi, how are you going? Where are we? Get a Tesla and turn on self-driving. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to change screens here. I've been sitting here chatting for ages with no craft. So I'm going to go into Snowy is so asleep. Oh, Snowy, was that peanut butter good? Was that yummy peanut butter? Tell you what, the Kong got caught sort of under her leg. And so she's like doing this weird like yoga pose to try and keep licking the Kong. And so I've gone, remind me never to try again. I've gone to move the Kong so that she could get it easier. No, don't touch the Kong is apparently the rule, and I didn't know. I didn't know that the rule was don't touch the Kong, because she doesn't get a Kong very often. I think the last time we filled it was like years. But today I thought, oh, we'll see if we can bribe her into Snowy Cam with a Kong. Good morning, Leanne's Craft Room. Oh, Lego Bob, super chat. Thank you so much for all of your encouragement. Thank you, Melissa, for being an amazing and awesome woman. Leanne, good morning. Oh my, where did my morning go? Here with Chantel. Hi, everybody. Everyone has to encourage Lego Bob to keep going with her knitting experiment. I think that Melissa was doing fantastically. And Lego Bob is now a member of Mystery Lace Club, and the pattern went out. And she loves the yarn, she likes the pattern. So she wanted to have a go. And whereas Melissa is predominantly a crocheter, like hardcore, awesome, like stunning crochet. And she it didn't click instantly. And there were things that, like, it's how instructions are written and stuff like that. It's not always the clearest when your brain is used to reading in a different craft language. And so she's been hitting a few little snags here and there, but she was like powering along and it was doing fantastic, and then hit a big snag and had to unravel it all and pull it all back. But Melissa, I really, really, really think you should try again, but maybe not this week. You know, you've got a lot on your plate, and Queen Cal starts Saturday. So maybe not starting a new knitting project right this second is what you should do. I don't know. It's up to you. It's your life and it's your yarn, but that's what I would do. I would probably put it aside for a little while. Focus on the thing you really want to be doing, which is that Queen Cal. I know it. And she was just doing so fantastically. You're right, Super Chick. She was doing awesome. Like, it was fantastic. I was shocked actually at how beautiful Melissa's work was. And yeah, I think you should keep trying, honestly. I really do. Just to put you on the spot in my live stream. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. So Sally's thrown in a link for the Mystery Lace Club. Thank you, Sally. Mystery Lace Club. Let me see. I'll bring up a little Mystery Lace Club ticker. So Mystery Lace Club is a monthly yarn box subscription that comes from me, basically. And you pay a monthly fee. You pay in advance. So to be in the where are we now? So we're about to ship out September. So to be in the October Mystery Lace Club, you need to sign up before the 20th of September. You want a box in October, okay? And then on the 20th of October, I'll ship out your box. In your box, you will receive a printed copy of a pattern on high quality paper so that you can write on it and rub it out and not worry about tearing through. You'll receive a digital code of that pattern. That digital code is through Ravelry. If you have a problem with Ravelry, you message me and you let me know and we organise something alternate. But the digital code is through Ravelry. You also receive all of the yarn that you require for the project. So if it's a lace shawl and it requires 150 grams in 3 colors, you will get 150 grams in 3 colors. If it's a pattern that can be made in a few different sizes, I'll try and get as much in as I can, but I probably go to sort of the middle of the range sizes. If it requires beads, the beads are in the box. The only thing that's not in the box is your tools, which you can always get at Fiberific. So it is a lot of fun, and I'm just making sure the camera can't, because Mystery Lace Club stuff's just over here that's getting ready to ship out. So can't show it. It's a mystery. So yeah, she was doing awesome. I think Sally also thinks she shouldn't give up. But yes, maybe time for a break until you're fully ready. I agree, but I definitely don't think you should mess up. Lindsay got her first MLC box 4 days ago. Yes, Lindsay, I saw that it landed. International shipping can happen for Mystery Lace boxes, but at the moment it's taking so long. But it does make it. It does make it. Also, there's normally a little treat, a little sweet treat, in a Ziploc bag so that it cannot destroy anything. That's the goal. That's the plan. July and August came together for Lindsay. That's right. So, September is shipping Monday, I think. Monday? I have to check the calendar. I'm planning to ship it Monday. And Spanner Chick was reminded that she needs some bamboo tips. Oh, you need a set of bamboo tips. Which size? Lisa says, I want some shorter knitting needles because the longer ones are hard to use. Any suggestions? How short is short? Chalgu going down to 4-inch tips as part of their regular range. But if you drop down to like, you drop down to the blueies, there can be like 3 inches and 2 inches, but that's very short. Kim doesn't know. Well, that's all right, Kim, because you don't have to rush. You don't have to decide right this second. All right, now, something I did just before I went live, which was probably a bit stupid, is I moved my overhead camera. So I haven't checked to see if everything's bad. So are we ready, everyone? It's going to be hopefully good. There we go. Oh, yay! Everything's in shot. I just have a sip of my tea. Okay. Now, what I'm working on here is just one of my joining squares. So I've picked this color's going to go here, that color's going to go there, but I need the white joining squares to get them in. What are you all working on? Let me know in the chat what you're working on, and if you're watching the replay, totally pop that in as well. I'd love to check out all these patterns. So and then also don't forget, you guys, that I'm happy for you to share photos of what you're working on over in the Fiberific Fun Zone, which is our Facebook group for everybody here who's at the lives, so that you can continue on your conversation and continue on with your friendships that you're making throughout. Good morning, Claire Bartowski. Welcome to the chat. And there, excuse me. Sorry about that. The 3 inches sound good. Is replaceable tips better? Look, one of those things, I don't know if they're better. I personally prefer interchangeable. It comes down to the individual person. It always does. It comes down to what you like in the tools that you have and the tools and what you're making. You know, so it really, really depends. The 3-inch tips are only available in the stainless steel. You cannot get them in the oops, I'm finished that bit. You cannot get them in the bamboo at this stage, and I have to double check, but I think you can only go up to about a 4.5 or a 5 mil in the 3 inches. I'm just going to pop that aside for a second because I'm also in the middle of another square, so I just want to finish this one off while I remembered it before I started joining. So let's work out where I'm up to. Okay. Where are we? Claire's socks and the watermelon mohair Vessenden and Nups are the pits. Yes, and I'm sorry about that. One year for Christmas, I decided to make the Mystery Lace Club this really light and airy Vessenden shawl, which was all kid mohair silk. You know, the fluffy yarn. And the pattern includes Nups. So it is one of those things that if you make a mistake, throw your knitting in the freezer, let the yarn get nice and cold, and then frog it back, because that mohair silk is a bit of a pain to frog, honestly, and I'm very sorry, and I've tried not to do it again. I'm trying not to mix Nups and what do you call that? Nups and mohair silk, fluffy yarns. Now, is it just me, or is the color insane? I'm going to see if I can fix that. I don't know if I can. It may not let me. I'm just going to bring this color down just a dash. That is crazy town. You guys should have said something. I don't know if that's going to fix it or not, but we will see, because that was insane. Is Holly off? Oh no, dental appointment. Good luck, Holly. I hope that there are no surprises. Unless they're good surprises. Good surprises are allowed, but no bad surprises. Good morning, Yarn Dragons Creations. How are you? Spanichick says the blue shorties are the 3.5s to 5 mils. So yeah, and then you can get the red shorties, which are narrower, but they do require a mini cable. So the blue shorties and the red shorties require different cables. Lisa says you freeze it. I wish I knew that. Yeah. So if you are having problems with kid silk or anything with mohair, anything fluffy, that's look. I've only done it with natural fluffy, not with synthetic fluffy, so I don't know if it works, but it definitely works with proper like mohair, like actual. My voice has just gone really croaky. It's like you have beauty mode on too. What now? I've done nothing. I put makeup on. That's what I did. I'm beautiful now. I'm so pretty. Oh dear. No, I don't actually have that much makeup on. I have some lippy and I have some rose hip oil, which I've been doing good stuff with my skin and making my skin a happy skin. And I've been looking after it and trying to keep it happy and friendly. There's not a lot of things I have control of at the moment, but skincare is one. So that's what I've been doing. The color in the yarn is beautiful. I have 6 rows until you're finished. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Okay, so that's there. Now, last week I couldn't weave in ends while I spoke because apparently I can't do that. So let's see if we can do it today. What's everything is glowing and soft focus. Okay, I haven't changed anything with the focus. I mean, I could have, and I just don't know it. Hang on, I just need to count. 2, 4, 11, 6. What? Try again. Okay, it just looks a bit hinky, so it'll probably square out once, later. Excuse me. I've got old school needles that are about 15 centimeters long and they're hard to deal with. Look, even the 5 inches are, I reckon you should just go the 4 inches. Honestly, that's 10 centimeters. That's a third of the length straight off. I would probably go 4 inches. That's got a lot more options available to you. You can buy whole little sets. But what you can do is you can just buy one set of 4-inch tips and a cable and have a go. And if they're easier to deal with, go and get a set. And if you want to try a 3-inch, then let me know, because you can buy a combo set, which is your 3-inch and your 2-inch in a size. So like, say you want a 4mm combo set, you can get a 3-inch, 2-inch, and it'll give you a couple of cables in there. And then you can have a go at doing what you've got to do. Let me have a look here. Oh, the craft cam has beauty mode. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that looked beautiful. Fine. That's fine. Can you guys see anything clear enough, or should I try and firm it up? I can try and make it a bit clearer if you like. Okay. The color is off. And like what I'm looking at on the screen is totally different to what you guys are getting. It's so bright. Weird. Good morning, Gamer Widows. But hey, Bub Curran. Quilt to be quilted. Oh, okay. It's not like an event. It's just you needed to arrange a quilt to be quilted. And do you get that done locally, Bub? Because I've got a friend down here who used to do that for people. I don't know if she still does. Quilts would arrive. She would run them through her long arm with whatever thing they wanted. And I say run through her long arm like it's an easy task. I don't know much about quilting, but I do know that quilting a quilt is not the easiest of jobs. That's because I now know a quilter, somebody who does that as a job. Like literally, that's her job. I woved in ends while we talked. What are you doing, Snowy? You're having a stretch. She's just on the floor in front of the camera. She's just like, yep, I'm out. Get back in the camera bed. Go in the camera bed. Like, no, I refuse. Leanne says, I'm working on a crochet test pattern from your friend Stephanie, and I'm looking forward to it to be released. I believe we will all want this. I have seen this pattern. If you watch Stephanie over on her channel, It's Crochet O'Clock, you have been watching her make it and do bits and bobs, and it's just beautiful. I am planning on making it as well. I'm just going to see if I can fix this camera up just a smidge. Let's bring the saturation down just a tad more. Come on, Satch. There we go. Bring you down. Apply. Let's just see. Now, this focusing could either do good or bad. There we go. Because I turn off the autofocus is what it is, because otherwise it just keeps going out of focus, into focus, out of focus, into focus. Really annoying. But with my eyes not seeing everything quite as well as they should at the moment, it's bringing its own set of issues. So I'm sorry about that, everybody. Very sorry. Okay, so the little scissors out of the way. Back onto here. Okay, now, I've just got to quickly read the instructions here. This is a free pattern, but I'm not going to be telling you how to do it. This is not a tutorial. So if you want the Battenberg blanket, you go over to, I should have put a link in somewhere. Can someone throw a link into Battenberg blanket, please? It's available on Ravelry or her blog, I believe. Oh, here it goes. Where's that Kong? Aw, Snowy. Hubby wants to buy me a set to try with. Do you have a recommendation? Practicing in 8-ply Bendigo woolen meal, but really want to try socks. Okay, so 8-ply, depending on your tension, is around a 4mm that you're looking for. If you want to do socks in a 4-ply yarn, you're probably going to be looking more at a 3mm. So you're going to need different needles for the different projects. Unless you're making 8-ply socks like bed socks, then your 4 mil should be fine. Just have a go. Allison is combing some Corriedale merino fleece, getting ready for some spinning. Oh wow. Wemfia is love that shawl Stephanie is making during the live. Absolutely gorgeous. I have to buy the pattern when it's available. Oh, look, I've got a couple of friends who are on the test, and I'm just like, I need this. I need this as well. It is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Bub says I've run out of time to quilt it myself, and the birthday boy is 6 at the later end of October. Oh, and it is a big task. Big task. Bub is knitting rainbow socks. Bub, where did you get a rainbow sock kit from? That has 14 colours in the rainbow. Oh, I don't know. Oh man, I need some sleep. Okay, so hang on a second, I've gone too far. I'm looking how to join. Working the round. Do not cut the yarn. Okay, then I've got to go to the back. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. No, that's wrong. Chantel. Lucky you checked. The right sides together. Oh, I always struggle with this. And you guys have to stop looking for a second. Stop looking while I... No, you don't look at me either, Snowy. I always mess these up and I've got to do it right. I have to stop and think. There we go. First one. Where's there. Should be. Oh, is it back loops only? Hang on a second. It's been a while since I've done this. No, both loops. Both loops. It's all good. Okay, there's nothing to see here. Alright. Thank you all for holding your breath and just do it just as, you know, need it. Oh, really? It was a Fiberific sock club. Not sock club, rainbow sock kit. Oh. Oh, that I'll be doing another batch of very soon. So if you want to be confirmed into the next batch of sock club, I keep calling it sock club. It's not a club. Although technically, I suppose anyone who's bought one could be considered a club, right? Is that right? Yeah. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. I reckon maybe not doing these white ones on camera is the way to go. They are a bit stressful. And I think I've botched it up. Yeah, I've done something wrong. I've done wrong. Missed it short somehow. All right, I'm taking a vote, and I voted. I'm gonna do the white ones later. I'm just gonna do the colors now, and I'll do the white ones when there's no stress and pressure. When you guys aren't pressurizing me, you're not pressuring me. I just can't concentrate on all the things. I'm looking lovingly at Husbot. I'm confused. Hang on a sec. I didn't end up ordering the kit because I hadn't learned to knit, and I'm kicking myself. Oh, well, I mean, the kits are available. So, oh, and that's why you're looking lovingly at Husbot. Okay, I get it now. It's all good. Ah, dear. Have you noticed that the this camera isn't shaking today? I fixed the problem. Problem fixed. I just couldn't do it live. There's some problems I can fix live, some problems that I need a bit of, you know, swearing and jiggery pokery. And I don't have a bleeping machine to make it so I can swear on camera and not, get age gated or something. But I've been looking at one more for lots of other reasons. It's just a bonus that it's got a bleep button. I would probably play with the bleep button more than I need to for fun, just to press the button because I love buttons. Um, it's a lovely box of yarn and colours, and now I just need the 1, 2, 3, 4 stip marks just so I can keep track of my needles. Bub, was there not a set of 1, 2, 3, 4 markers in your box? There should have been, and some blinglets. Let me know. Send me a message if you didn't get them. That would explain why I found a packet on the bench when I did a whole pile of shipping. So I have a packet here that I thought should have gone out. Yes, and gosh, all right, yes, please let me know. That would be great. Um, where are we? Hubby is letting her buy needles, so she's looking. Hey, that's so awesome. Um, what was the problem with the camera? Okay, so the overhead camera, what would happen is I lean on the table, right, guys? I'm a slouchy lady. And I'd laugh or something, or I'd move and the table would shake and rock. Just a little, like I didn't notice it visually from here. I didn't notice anything rocking or shaking, but it was just enough that it made the tripod arm shake a little. And that was exacerbated through the camera, which made life a little bit hard. Um, yeah, so that was an issue. Sorry, I just got totally side derailed by a comment I saw in the chat. Apparently, CPX can print pretty boxes and custom sized boxes. And oh my God, I was talking to my husband about that this morning about how nice would it be if all my Fiberific boxes that went out were branded. And the Mystery Lace Club boxes had Mystery Lace Club branding on them, not just a sticker. How nice would that be? And I was wondering, I think I'm going to give CPX a call and see if they do that kind of printing or if they just do like labels and sheet printing. Like I don't know what the restrictions are because I don't know. I don't know. So that's exciting. So excited. Oh my God. I'm that person that you cannot take to Officeworks or Bunnings or, you know, any stationers, Mitre 10, tools and stationery and craft shops. Although, I seem to be much better at craft shops than I used to be. Could be now because, I pretty much have all the tools I want to have, except for I want some blueies. I've decided. I've been borrowing Kim's blueies and I've decided I want to buy myself my own set of blueies. They're great. Yeah, I think that's what I'd like to do. That can be a reality. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. We'll see. See, the reality might be more expensive than I can afford. Um, so we'll. Oh, hang on. I got a bit on the wrong side. Out. So my neighbours are doing some garden work. So throughout the day, they've had various loads of loud things, rocks, gravel. Tell you what, I need to trim the end. Splitty, fluffy, bottom of basket waiting for me to weave in its come on, little yarn. Oh my gosh. Alright, guys, I got new nails put on so that it's less hideous to see live stream. Geez, they're a pain, honestly. They do expensive, difficult, funky, all types of paper. My engagement party invites were on purple sparkly paper. Oh my gosh, that sounds exciting. I used blue sparkly paper, but I just bought things. We should definitely never go shopping together. Yeah, yeah. It's a danger zone, isn't it? Like we all have our danger zones. What are your danger zone stores that aren't craft stores? Like where you're just like, I cannot be allowed to go in there alone because I go in for one thing and come out with $500 worth of stuff later that I was only going to spend $10. Um, yeah. Game Widow says Spotty, Officeworks, Bunnings. Fun but expensive. Yes, absolutely. I agree. Bub Current, it's quilt shops and a man toy shop. Costco for Spanish chick. IKEA and Costco. Bunnings. Oh my gosh. There's so we all have our places, don't we, where we just cannot be trusted. It's like, but it was a bargain. It's like my husband is an accountant and he's like, it's only a bargain if you're going to buy it anyway and then you get there and it's cheaper. If you bought it because of a price difference and it wasn't something you had planned to buy, it's no longer a bargain. I'm like, it's still a bargain. We have this argument all the time. Yep, definitely. I'm like, but it was half price, so I bought two. He hates one. So here in Australia, we've got these Ushies things, right? So if you're in Australia, you're probably sick of hearing about them. But I sent my husband shopping the other day. I may have already told you guys about this. And he said that the shopping list was weird. And so I went and did the shopping. And it was because there was all these things on special, right? And he thought I was being sneaky and sending him Ushi shopping again, which is like a couple of weeks ago. I sent him shopping with an oddly brand specific shopping list. Anyway, he's come out to the car and he's grabbing all these things, but all our favourite breakfast cereals were half price. So I grabbed 2 boxes of each. And they've got long use by dates. You just put them away, put them in the top of the cupboard, and you just go to them later. And he was just like, oh, you could have just saved that money. I'm like, why? Get 2 lots of cheap cereal instead of 1. So, am I the only one who does that? Or do you just take the bargain? Do you just take the half price, or do you go, oh, it's only half price, I shall have 2? Lego Bob says, I'm not allowed in bookshops. Fair call. Fair call. That's totally good savings. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Totally good savings. DVD stores are going for 1 movie and come out with 6. Oh, I do things like go in for 1 DVD and then come out with like a box set. I'm very bad. Very bad. Yes, buy bulk when it's on sale. Absolutely. If there's no number limits and it's not like, I'm trying not to be crazy and like stocking up or anything like that. But if it's cheap and it's something I always buy anyway, why would I not want to save that money? Stacey says, no, I do it too, but my house starts to look like I'm prepping. And that's the problem. My husband is under the impression that I am paranoid about something. I mean, I am. I've always been paranoid about running out of toilet paper. So that's been a lifelong issue that I have. I'm just paranoid, like, oh, we opened the next packet of toilet paper. We need to purchase more toilet paper. We're nearly out. It's basically, I feel about toilet paper like cats feel about their food bowls. I can see the bottom, therefore it's empty and I'm starving. So yes, that is the thing. Now I'm going to be putting in another Clover order soon. So if you guys are after something in particular that's Clover, and I may or may not have it in stock in my web store, give me a yell. Let me know what it is that you want, and I'll see if I can get it into this order. Knitspin Girl says, oh, it's half price. I'll get 10. So, I mean, and that's the thing. I don't do that. I normally just get like 2. Like I spend the money I would have spent buying that thing. But yeah, it's a bizarre thing. And like, you know, I'll do that across anything. If it's yarn, if it's like groceries. The only thing I'll be careful of is if something's got like a use by date, like if it's dairy or meat or veggies or something like that, that will like go off or be bad. But if it's something that, you know, won't spoil, like chuck them in the trolley, mate. That was very Aussie for those of you not Australian. Chuck them in the trolley. um, it's very handy when you have easy access to it. It is. It is. I live in a small town, so we buy as many as we can. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I grew up in many places, but one of the places that I lived, we lived on an island, and my mum would only do one big shop a month. And then, like, she would freeze milk and she, you know, all this sort of stuff because it was awkward to leave the island and, you know, go grocery shopping. We loved living on that island. So much fun. Chick says, my hubby doesn't like my Costco shopping because anything that isn't freezer won't get used up before it goes off. Ah, yes. Yeah, and that's the problem with Costco, I think. Unless you've got a large family, sometimes the deals just aren't deals because you just cannot use it all up before it's wasted. But sometimes like I look at it and sometimes like I can totally use enough of this to make it worthwhile. Chick, I accidentally froze milk the other day. Oh, the trick with freezing milk is there's a girl who's done the wrong thing a couple of times, is you need to let it 100% defrost before you let anyone start drinking it. Otherwise, what happens is someone gets all the delicious milky creaminess and someone gets watery, like milky water. So all the ice at the end ends up just being gross. So you wait until it's totally defrosted, give it a good old shake, and then drink. Otherwise, someone gets the good stuff. My brother. Someone gets the dross meat. Alison says, if I find a pair of everyday shoes that I really like, that are really comfortable, I will sometimes get 2 pairs. Look, I agree with you, Alison. 100% agree with you. I find shoe shopping torture. Honestly, I have a wide foot. I have a wide size 7 to 8 foot. And finding shoes that I like, that are cute and comfortable and fit, you know, I will be that person who's like, well, how many colours do you have this in? I shall purchase one of each colour. Thank you very much. Rainbow socks, yeah, you need, I think it's a 2.5 mil needle for the rainbow socks. If you're going to use a 2.5 mil needle, you need to decide if you're going to magic loop, then you need an 80 centimeter cable minimum. Or if you're going to do a time knit where you'll need more like 100 centimeter cable, or if you're going to do them on 2 cables, there's lots of variations that you can go with in sock making. With the tutorials that I did, I used a 9-inch circular. That was just 1 sock per each cable, like per each needle. And yes, I am bitter about the milk. Definitely bitter, because a bit of patience meant we could have all had something. Yep, shoe and clothing shopping really stresses me out. Yep, me too. Shintamani says, my mum gave up on shoes years ago. She wears thongs year round, even in the freezing Blue Mountains. Wow. It's just hard. Like, do you guys, I mean, I'm not that old, right? I mean, I'm not young. Do you remember when you could buy like a wide shoe, like a 7 wide or an 8 wide or a 12 wide or something? And now you can't, or at least not in any of the shoe shops I've seen. So, Caitlin says the problem with that is sometimes the different colours are slightly different sizes. I always try on all the pairs. Because yes, that does happen. Yeah, shoe shopping is the pits. And I feel sorry for staff who work in shoe shops that see myself and my daughter. Abby is terrible at shoe shopping. She hates shoes. Well, no, she loves shoes, but she wants all the, you know, funky, cute shoes, but she is a 9 wide. And trying to explain that to her, no, honey, the shoe will not stretch out that far. You will constantly be in pain if you. And then because I'm the mum and I refuse to buy them if they don't fit, then I'm the worst mum ever. And then I'm like, well, these ones fit, but those ones are trash. Get a job. So she's got a job. Buy her own shoes. Waste her own money. I'll still buy shoes. I'm a girl. I can't not. Shintami says the only shoes that I've found that fit nicely are $250. Oh my god, that's way outside my shoe budget. And thank God they're comfortable and wear extremely well. Oh yes. Benfia says I get men's shoes so they are wide enough because most women's shoes are too thin since I broke my toe a few years back. Look, I've got no such excuse. Like, I've just got wide feet. I've always, like, even as a kid, had wide feet, same as Abby. And it's just frustrating. I mean, one thing I'll say, right, in my frustration of shoe and clothes shopping and all this sort of, I was reading an article the other week, or no, earlier this week, and it was about how fashion houses have worked out the plus size clothing market is actually a thing. Like, wow, aren't you clever? There's actually people out there with money to spend who need larger than a size 16. Oh my god. You're so smart. So anyway, there's lots more places making plus size fashion that's not hideous. So I'm pretty happy about that. And this week I had a package arrive. This week, maybe yesterday. Might have been yesterday. A package arrived from Boohoo with some pants in. Now, I don't love all the pants. I will not lie. There's one pair I really don't love. But they're all 40% off. I got 3 pairs of pants and postage for like 80 Australian dollars. So, hello bargain. 2 of the pairs of pants are totally fine. One of them I have to take up about 30 centimeters because they are meant for tall people, which is also great. Tall, because I know sometimes some tall people really struggle to get pants to actually fit the length of their legs, whereas at least us short people can just take it up. Lisa says, oh, I need to know who has nice things. I hate my clothes. Look, I agree with you. I mean, I don't hate your clothes. I hate my clothes. Except for, like, I love my geeky t-shirts, right? I love them so much. And I've been, like, trying to grow up and not wear my geeky t-shirts as much. And be, like, a functioning adult human. And I just thought, how boring. Bored. So I'm going to be buying myself some new geeky t-shirts because that's the other thing. I haven't been replacing them as they wear out. I just wear them as dyeing shirts and that. And so yeah, I've decided I'm not going to be boring and wear plain coloured shirts all the time. I'm going to go and get myself some more geeky shirts and enjoy my clothes because it's my clothes and it's my personality and I love my geeky things and that's what I'm doing. Sorry if you're wearing headphones. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Stacey says that's why I started to sew, because you couldn't find clothes you liked. Look, I've got a pattern here that I've printed out. Kim's going to come and teach me how to stick it together. I've never done one of those A4 patterns, print them out, take them together and draw it onto, like, because I always draw my pattern onto my own pattern drafting paper so I can make my adjustments. But I've never done one from like A4 printer. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Adulting is for sad saps. Adulting is like, yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. I've decided I don't want to adult anymore. I'm over it. I've tried too hard to not be my geeky self, and I've decided, true to that, I'm just going to enjoy things. I can enjoy yarn and teach you all about yarn and do tutorials and stuff like that. And does it distract you from what we're doing if I'm wearing a geeky shirt? is probably a good question. Or not even so much distracting. Is it offensive? Because that's probably a more important question. Do you find, like, I would never wear one with swear words on it, right? Or with something distasteful or tacky. Just geeky. Just like Star Wars shirts or something like that. Like never anything gruesome or anything like that. I've got standards. You just have to keep more from your daughter. Look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell her I'm putting in a geeky t-shirt order. Do you want anything? Stacy says, I always trace my paper patterns. I don't like to cut my patterns. Absolutely. Hubby knew that comment was me. Lisa says, finding pants so much harder now that I'm older. Yep. I agree with you. Chintama says, mostly your shirts are amusing. Oh, that's cool. Not like yarn. Yarn has no standards. Yes. I think I've woven in all my ends. Because last week I didn't weave in any ends because apparently I couldn't do that and talk at the same time last week. Because my brain was melting. I mean, that happens. That happens. I do have brain melting days. I'm just have a little. So if you're wondering what I'm using my Chibi Needles. I don't know if you can see, but they've got little bent. See how I've got a little. I'm just trying to turn. Go. They've got a little bent tip. It just makes it so much easier for picking up stitches. So when you're weaving in ends, and they're great. And they come in these little containers. Like I call them little bullets. So they come in the little bullets. So that they're harder to lose. Like since I started using chibis in these containers, I've lost so many less needles than I used to lose. I used to lose them all the time. Like every time I went to Spotlight, I would pick up another packet of tapestry needles to weave in this. Anyway, it was costing me a fortune. Now I don't lose them. Be you. Be happy, happy community. Make many laugh when we get the jokes on your t-shirts. I do. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Yarn Dragon. Vampire says, I get my nice clothes and autograph. My everyday wear comes from the men's section and the pants don't fit. Yeah. So I like, I'm not a fan of autograph, honestly. I used to love autograph. When autograph was owned by Katie's and it was just a Katie's clothes but in bigger sizes, I spent thousands of dollars just, here. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I'll have that. And it fit and everything looked great. And I was so happy. And then it got bought out by the Miller's Group and the clothing aged up. Just like the Miller's clothing is aged up. And I know I'm in that age bracket that they cater to. But I don't want to dress my age. So, but the quality of the autograph clothes are really good. I, for a little while, was getting some TS pants. And a few years ago, the TS pants were fantastic. But the last two pairs I bought, they wore out like within 6 months. The pairs that I bought 2 years previous to that, I'm still wearing. They're stretching out of shape and stuff. They're like 5 years old that have been worn like every second or third day. They're wearing out, but they're still intact and I still wear them. So whereas the other ones, I wore a hole through the thigh. So when you're a big girl, that's the danger zone right there, that thigh space, because you don't have any. Kathy says, I bought some of the yellow chibis. I would like some bigger ones for my chunky arm. Yeah, they do jumbo, which are in a blue container. Now, you only get 2 in the container, but they're much bigger. I call them crowbars, but if you're using that beautiful chenille and thick blanket yarn that you use for a lot of things, I would definitely be getting the jumbos, which come in a blue one of these. They're fantastic. Again, they're a gold needle rather than a silver needle, and they still have a nice bent tip to make life nice and for you. And you're weaving in all of the ends. I know, Kathy, you're in the US. But if you're in Australia or, you know, are not in a rush, I do have some chibis in stock and I do have some jumbos as well. I believe I still have some tapestry, like these yellow ones are called tapestry. Um, they also have little, what they call their lace ones, which are very fine and thin. So, as a size 14 to 16, plus size is too big. Yes, because you are technically not in the plus size ranges. So you are still able to purchase the majority of your clothes in normal stores. In not plus size section. So if I go into say Big W, because I get a lot of Big W t-shirts, I go into Big W, I have to find my t-shirts in the plus size section in the back corner because we're shameful and we can't shop with the other ladies. We have to have a section. Um, and so I'm so bitter about it. Honestly, I don't understand why our clothes just can't be, you know, size order 8 through to 20, whatever, on the same rack. But what it is because they don't make all the beautiful, pretty clothes, and it would be really obvious to the skinny girls then. A lot of the skinny girls or standard girls don't realize that there is this big void in plus size clothing. Jackie says everything else is too small, and also I'm not a teenager. Yeah. Stacey says I want to learn visible mending for pants and shorts. Yeah, that's there's some really good Japanese YouTube channels that have visible mending. You should check them out. I can't think of the name of any right now, but there are some really beautiful ones out there. I use my gold chibis for DK projects, but now I have my tapestry set. I love them. Yeah, I love them too. I think they're great. I think all my ends are woven in. They are. Chibis away. Don't lose the chibi if you put it back in the tube. Look, you know what? Do you guys want to see what's in my little pouch here? This is my little Fiberific pouch. I think this is the little 15 centimeter one. Originally, when I first received it, I was a little disappointed. I thought it was just going to be a dash longer, but it takes my hook, takes my scissors, everything. So what I've got in my little, I try and keep a little, maybe not exactly this pouch, but a little pouch or case with every project. I keep its hook or needles, well, not normally needles, little pair of scissors, set of chibis, a tape measure. There's some stitch markers. I've got some 1, 2, 3, 4 stitch markers. There's some crochet stitch markers. There's some more 1, 2, 3, 4 stitch markers. This project's last job was with a pair of socks, so these were with the socks. So I've got my Clover wiggly sheeps. I don't know what their real name is. They have a real name. Quick locking. The thing I love about these, you guys who've been here before, you know I love these. You know this. The thing I love, I'm going to grab the purple one because it's bigger than the others. You've got a couple of size choices. The thing I love is it's very easy to do up and undo, right? But the other thing is you can put it in your project and you don't actually have to lock it because the wiggly bits hold it in place. Now, unless you're shaking it around or something like that. So if you're just going round and round, you don't have to keep locking it and unlocking it. You can just leave it hanging there. And for like I've not had it come out. Now, if I'm packing my project up to put it away, I'll lock it. But if I'm working on it and I'm moving the thing all the time, I don't lock it. I just leave it as is. So these are super cute. For many years, I didn't see the point in spending the extra money on the Clover stitch markers. I really just didn't. And that was the padlock ones. But when I started getting these ones, these wiggly sheeps, quick locking, I really like the quick lock. I really like the quality of the plastic. And they come in this little pouch. They're in the packaging in this little pouch. So you don't have to worry about doing that again. But anyway, that's what I keep. I keep stitch markers, a tape measure. I don't always have a set of chibis. It depends. Like this is a project that I have to weave in a lot of ends on. So it has chibis. scissors. I've got like 11 billion pairs of scissors, all different ones, but these are just ones. 11 billion sets of scissors. Oh, we have started a conversation. If you look at the population, standard is not the smaller size. Standard women are beautiful, shapelier size with curves. I agree with you. I think that the average woman's size is actually a 14 to 16. So why is there such a push for women to be a size 10? You know, like athletes aren't a size 10. They're muscular and physically fit and they're not size 10. So I'm not saying be as big as me. I'm just saying, why is there such a push and focus that people are supposed to be these things? Anyway, it's probably a bit deep for Tide, Chantel. The adoration of the skin and bones look is a fairly modern thing. Look at all the old statues and paintings. Yeah. Sally says, I'm a size 16 to 18 and I find it hard to find clothes that I like and fit. I hate clothes shopping. Lindsay says, so far I've gotten the wiggly sheep and the licorice legs. I'm not sure what else, thanks to you. Something about the way you describe things and I'm just in. Thanks, Lindsay. I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, that's great that I'm able to share with you the things I love. I'm a bit nervous about that, truth be told. Speaking of licorice legs, that's what's in the cup today. I overbrewed it a little, so it's a dash strong. So yeah, I've got licorice legs, and I'm thinking because it's so strong, that's why my voice is a little richer than usual. Thicker? I don't know. What's the word? It's raspy is what it is. It's raspy. Venus Williams is anything but skin and... Exactly right. Exactly right. But she gets paid out on something fierce. Marilyn Monroe was considered the most beautiful woman and she was a size 14. Yeah. Anyway, I'm always blown away by like the whole thing, honestly. Now, we decided I wasn't going to use this mist, didn't we? Because it's just too close to the cream. I'm just digging in the bag for another colour. I mean, I've got more of this blue. I should, but, I mean, right there, I suppose I should. And it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. So let's try and clean up some of it. 1900 operator. Oh dear. Funnily enough, that's not the first time that's been mentioned. 1-800's a free call, Sally. 1-900's you have to pay. In Australia. I don't know what it is in SA. So yeah, the wiggly sheep. Do you like the wiggly sheep, Lindsay? Do you think that they work like? Did I describe them like true? Like describing them well enough for you to want them is one thing, but do you find that when you got them, you were not disappointed or you were disappointed? Because that's always a good thing as well. Because I know I watch a lot of creators and stuff like that on YouTube, and I'm like, oh my god, I want that thing. And then because they've described it in such a way that I'm like, I totally want that now. And then you get it and you're a bit like, that's really not what I was expecting. Yes. So I would love to know if things were as expected. Well, I would hate to be sending people on like goose chases for things and to find out that when you got it you were disappointed. Disappointment is horrid, especially at the moment. There's enough things to be a bit disappointed about than your yarn crafting and cups of tea. Oh, hang on a second. It's my little... Get in there. I'm really struck. Like, I really need these glasses to arrive. Sorry. Lindsay says, I haven't used them yet. I've been making Amis, and I use a running marker for them. Yep, but they're super cute, and you can't go wrong with Clover markers. That's a good point, actually. Clover is a really good brand. I love their hooks, and I've always loved their hooks. I just had never really gotten into their markers. And I don't know what made me decide to use them one day. I think I just was desperate for a marker, and someone handed me one, and I was just like, okay. That's annoying. Lego Bob. My knitting is working better. Oh, that is awesome news. When do you get your glasses? Look, they said anywhere between the next 10 and 14 days. So see. Abby also has ordered glasses. She has got some sunglasses coming. Oops. Punchy bit. Okay. So yeah, so they're both going to come in, and then we'll go and pick them up, and we'll get our glasses fitted to our faces, you know, and all that sort of stuff. There we go. Getting older is horrible. So, and that's the thing. I was at the optometrist yesterday, and I was just like, I was in one of my daggy nerdy shirts, and because like what had happened was I dropped off my parcels, and I went into the optometrist because it's next door to my post place. And I just went, look, you know, I need to get an eye test done. When can you fit me in? And I'd pulled my calendar out thinking I was going to have to wait a couple of weeks. And they're like, oh, can you do it right now? And I was just like, and Abby's like, yeah, you can do it right now. And I'm like, okay. So I did it right there and then on the spot. Maybe I need to turn up next week to read the chat out to you. Look, it's okay. I mean, you can turn up next week if you want, but it's okay. It's all right. Selectively, of course. Oh yeah, I'm so happy that Melissa's knitting is coming along. It's so good. It was looking so beautiful that it's like you're depriving yourself of something if you don't give it the chance. It was just beautiful work we're coming out with. I love the wiggly sheep. They are so fine and go through the project so well. They do. They just glide through, and they don't like leave gaping holes. They are. That's the thing, I think. I think you're right. I think it's because they're fine. Anyway, total tangent. Look at us on tangents today. I didn't really have a plan of what to talk about last night in our Zoom chat with the ISO Zoomy girls. We were sort of getting ready to end off for the night, and then Leanne, one of the ladies, was just like, what's tomorrow going to be about? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And they're like, no, you can't go until we've worked out. I'm like, I'm too tired. I have to go. And I just don't know. I'll decide later. And then I never decided. So we've just been chatting. And I hope that's okay. Like, I hope you guys are okay with us doing this. I've got some content coming that will fill the need for tutorials and reviews and things like that. It's all getting put together. It's coming. It's Christmas, but the content's coming. And it'll just mean that we can just sit and have fun. It was Sally. Sorry, Sally. I didn't mean to throw your thunder to someone else. Getting older bites. Yes, it does. It's the worst. It's absolutely the worst. The other problem I'm gonna have, right? It's such a weird problem to have. Is when I get my glasses and I'm going to need them for live streams, I'm going to have to move all my lighting, otherwise we just have glowy glass light. So I'll have to have a play with the lighting. I just got everything set up. So yeah. Leanne says that she loves the sheepy markers. They're so light in your projects and they have cute little faces. They do. I had someone, where was it? I can't remember where I was, saying they didn't realise that they were sheep. I'm like, maybe they're not, but they look like sheep to me. So, yes. Throw Leanne under the bus. I don't want to throw Leanne under the bus. That's more you, Kim. You can throw people under buses. But yeah, I definitely like, I mean, that's the thing, right? I like what I like. We all like what we like. Did you get an anti-reflective coating on your glasses? I did. but those anti-reflective coatings aren't 100%. And they're not really designed for studio setup. They're designed for, you know, other things. I'm gonna have to check my studio bit rate, audio bit rates, and have a look at that. I'll write it down. I remember, because it's come up before. I get little messages up from YouTube with suggestions. Of 128. Okay, sorry. I just needed to look at that. Stream health is excellent, however, so that's good. That's good. There we go. Back to analytics. There we go. All right. Jen says, I go for my eye exam at the end of the month. Do you know the thing I hate most about an eye exam? Now, I don't know if this is a worldwide thing, right? But in Australia, when you go for an eye exam, they also check you for like glaucoma and eye health, not just vision. I hate the thing where you have to get the tufts of air where they go poof, 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 into your eye. I know that, I think that's your glaucoma test, but I hate it so much. Yeah, it was Spanish chick that I had to pull it all out yesterday. Yeah, Kim let us know last night how upset she was that she felt that you know, the problem with the yarn overs and the you know, recommended you pulling out all of your work, and that's a tough call. That is a legit tough call to have to make when you're working on a project, to decide, you know what, I've done something wrong and I have to pull it back. But you're going to come further ahead faster by making these, by going, you know, I'm not going to leave it. I'm going to get it right and I'm going to work on it. Now, my thing is, for me, I do slip knits differently than everyone. Well, technically they're just wrong. I do slip knits wrong. I put my scissors, and I know that I do them wrong. It's a thing that I was taught to do when I was first learning to knit by someone who's actually a really amazing instructor. And it was because I continental knit, and you can, as she said, you can get away with it. It's not correct. And if you want it to be the same as the other way, you do it the other way. But I know the decision that I make when I do it the way I'm doing it, and that's the difference. Is I made a conscious decision to do it the way I'm doing it, and I do it all the way through a project, so it doesn't change. But you know, if it affects the overall look, then you've got to look at it. Yeah, that's a glaucoma test. Yes, I hate that. Knitspin Girl says, I find eye exams really stressful. Which one is better, A or B? I know, none of them. They both still look rubbish. Show me some other things. We were going up to like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I don't think I've gone as high as 8 before for them. Yeah, so, and that's the thing. Try not to blink. Or we're just going to puff air into your eye, and you've got to try and keep it open. Sure, no problems. No problems at all. Oh, no. But my eye health is good. And the blood pressure to my eyeball is good. Not that any of you, like, why? I don't even know why I told you that. But anyway, everything is good. I just am going blind. That's all. Can't see up close. I'm just like dabbing. And I think that's probably why I've been like doing a lot of like not enjoying my craft as much lately, and I just haven't been doing as much. Like basically between these live streams, I might knit a little bit during a Zoom chat, but that's about all I'm doing. I'm not doing any craft just for relaxation. I haven't been working the last couple of, like, probably the last week and a half, last 2 weeks. I've just even stopped working on my Star Wars blanket because I'm just not enjoying any of it because I can't see it properly. Like hopefully, like the optometrist gave the optical dispenser thing, and she's looked at it, and then she's looked at me, and she's gone, "You're going to notice a huge difference when you get these." I was just like, "Really?" And she went, "Yeah." You goes, "You're going to be able to see." I was just like, "Okay." So before anyone starts panicking, I do have glasses for driving, and I wear them. Okay. So it's a different distance problem. Like that's my distance problem, and I do wear them when I drive. It's actually a condition of me driving that I wear my spectacles. So one of those things. But as I'm aging, my distance issue is getting less. They said that's normal. Your eye shape changes or something changes, and I don't want to do any more of that blue. It's boring. I've got enough red. Does that feel like it would be yarn chicken? Hang on. I have new scales. Where did I put the new scales? I can see the scales. I'm going to get scales. I'm back in a second. Hello, Hello, Snowy. How you going? Okay, creaky chair, creaky. Love my new scales. I'll throw a link into the fun zone if anybody wants to get any of these scales. They're just from Amazon. They're lovely. If you use my link, I get a little commission. You guys know the deal with the thing. No, there's not enough. Love that red. It's that one there. Oh, actually, that's this one. Batch. This is from the original kits, and this is from the new kit. Yes. Okay. Well, check to see if there's enough there. No. I think it's 4 grams that I need for one. Oh, wait a second. 1.7. 6. There might be enough red after all. 1.6. I thought I needed 4 grams for these. Oh, there's going to be enough red. There's enough. Don't make friends with salad. Um, that's awesome. That was yes. I'm gonna have enough, I think. As long as I'm cautious with the amounts I use for my beginning and end. That's exciting. So excited. Sally says I'm due to have my eyes tested again. Eye fatigue does not equate to grafting. It generally headaches or even migraines. Yeah, absolutely. Headaches are the pits. They really are. I remember getting my first pair of glasses and going outside. Oh my god, trees have leaves. Yeah. So much better than that don't have to unmic to go walkies. I agree. Yeah. I mean, the downside is that if I need to go and do something away further, there's no audio that comes with me. So I still need to mic up for die streams and things like that because I move around so much. Yeah. Uh, the answer is the place I went has different equipment and the air puff is not as bad. Sound, a lot of us are getting eyes checked. My left eye needs jumbo 8 lenses. Jumo 8 lenses? That's a lot. Jen says I have eye fatigue constantly from 12-hour work days with fluorescent lights and that'll do it. That'll do it. Eye fatigue is not fun and you really have to look after yourselves. Honestly, like you have to stay hydrated. That's a really big part of it. Drink lots of water. I'm not a medical professional. But just as someone who has had to wear glasses my whole life, yeah, like plenty of water really helps because it helps you have nice tear ducts that mean that when you blink, you're getting enough fluid so you don't get that scratchy sore eye thing going on. So plenty of water, wash your face every now and again. But sometimes just rest with your eyes closed is just what you need. I know that's so much easier said than done. Because sometimes you just sit there for just a minute with just your eyes closed. just breathe, like a little bit of like, not even meditation, but just thinking, just like eyes closed. And then you're like, oh, the world, oh. it's tricky. It's tricky. Oh my God, my brain's like, yeah, do that again. Do that again. I have a sleep. My body's like, no, we're live streaming. There's no sleeping while live streaming. Now there's like this full on war in my body. Like, yeah, go and have a nap. Naps are great. Oh man, I really hope that I work this out right. I'll be so disappointed if I get to the end and I can't have my red square. I love this red. I'm like, I'm dyeing up. So this weekend, I've got the pots going. I've got Mystery Lace is going into the pans. Actually, it's not going it's going tomorrow. It's not going Saturday. But after MLC's done, I'm dyeing up some big batches of our rainbow sock colors. So the mini sets are going to become available very soon. Basically, once they're dyed and skeined, and then they are photographed, they will be ready. So it will be very cute. If you want a really nice little semi-solid set, this is the 14 colors. I'm just pushing this aside because while I'm talking about it, I'll quickly show you. These are the 14 colors that's in the rainbow sock kit. Let's put the colors together. Actually, I like that one next to the red. That's a personal preference. I'm not the boss of your colors. Can you see all these? I probably need them. Yeah, 14. I know the blue and the red are a little. Everything else, blue, red, and the yellow kind of. They don't come in pairs, whereas everything else sort of at least. The tonal changes and colors and stuff. But anyway, love it a lot, and I can't wait for them ready for everybody else, not just me. Anyway, sorry, sidetracked. And I'm obsessed. I keep this little pile just for me play with, and I play with it all the time. It's a bit sad, rather, isn't it? File and change its order. I'm very weird. There we go. Back here. Oh. Watch out, Snow. Got your little Kong there. I see you hugging it. Can you guys see the Kong? No, you can't. I'm not good at drinking water. Yeah, look, it's not my favorite. I got many options above water, but for good eye health, you need good water. Oh no, I just figured out why nothing sounds right. Oh no, run and get them. This is what I do when I go for a long drive. Awesome. Pull over somewhere and close my eyes for 5 minutes. It makes such yes. Caitlin says beautiful. I've been eyeing off that kit for a while. Sally says your audio was just cutting out, or was that just me? If somebody can let Sally know the answer to that, that would be great. I cannot answer it. I have bought something that I can use to monitor my audio, but it will monitor what's going into the computer, not what's coming out and going to YouTube. Oh no. Oh no. I untwisted my rainbow hank because I just have to inspect pretty things. You should have seen the struggle of me trying to retwist it. Oh no. Look, one of the struggles that I had when I decided how I was going to package the 2020 rainbow sock was whether or not, because previously I've done them all as little individual mini skeins and twisted them all individually. So if you can't get it to twist back up nicely, I've got two tips. One is get like a smooth pen, not a pen with a clip, but just a smooth pen, and hold that and twist that, like hold your yarn back and twist that, right? Or twist them all individually and just have them as a little pack. So Spin Girl says the audio's fine for them. Okay, and Kathy said it sounded fine. Okay, so Sally, it might just be your headphones. It happens. It happens. Like my Bose headphones that I love have been playing up a little. Nothing too crazy, but enough that I've noticed it and starting to bug me. But they are aging. I have had them for about 10 years. No, not 10 years. About 6 years. Sides for my squares. Squares have 4 sides. Self. I got it put back together. It's just not quite as pretty. It's fine. It'll be fine. You should just ball it up and then you don't have to worry about it. Make all your little ready for when you make your socks. They probably just need to be charged a bit more. Yeah, Bluetooth headphones are like that sometimes. Poopy pen, as I like to. Chintami says, I like making my squares with 15 sides. Okay. That's fine. That is fine. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start trialing some new live streaming software. So if you see me go live outside of our normal Thursday, feel free to jump in. We're just testing tech. I may drop out and jump back in, and out and jump back in. But I'll be doing some tech testing to double check I'm happy with how things are. So let me know in the chats if you jump in, if you're watching, say hi. I might ask some questions like, trash? Is it okay? Hopefully, like the goal is, it looks really similar to this, but it's with different software. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, sometimes you can change things for the better and sometimes you can't. So we'll see. Yeah. Well, I can't, like, I love, look, okay. There are some tools in life that we need, right? We need nice crochet hooks, good quality knitting needles, decent scissors that actually cut the first time. But one of the little things that you don't realize you need is like just a good set of scales. Like I thought, because I'd been using the scales I have in the house, which are, they don't go to, they're just like full grams, like they're just 1 gram, 2 gram, like 1 gram to 500 gram scales, right? That's what they are. And I honestly thought I needed at least 2 to 3 grams, because it would flicker between 2 and 3, of each color to make these squares. But now that I've got these ones, which are 0.01 to 300 grams, I think. No, these are 2 500 grams as well, but 0.01 to 500. No, oh. I had to bag beads this week, and using good scales to make beads, like to bag beads, is just so much faster. Honestly. The way you hold your hook is throwing me, from Jen. How do you hold your hook, Jen? So I'm what's considered a pen holder. So I hold my hook like I would hold a pen or a pencil. Yeah, you might be a knife holder. Well, Spanichick, I'm going to be ordering some more precision scales. I want another set. I've decided I want some for the house. So I've got a set out here in the shack for the beads. I've got a set in the dyeing room for the dye, and I want a set for the house. I've decided. So I'm going to be putting another order. So if you want a set and you're local, me, and we're mates, DM me. Like, oh, hi Amazon. I just like to order another 9 sets of these scales for no real reason. Anyway, I like measuring things. Are you a knife holder? Yeah. Look, when I'm using chunky yarn and I go up to the bigger hooks, like anything above about a 10 mil hook, I change over to knife hold. I originally learnt to crochet knife hold, and I just found the story behind me changing hold was quite funny. I was crocheting with somebody and she was like, "You don't hold your hook that way," and it literally whacked me in the hand with her hook and got me to hold it this way, and it was just so much smoother for me. She said it was like watching me stab puppies, because it was just like I was just like big like and it was just like, you know, for me it's not a fluid movement. It was just like, and like my whole arm, you know, just like in and I mean I'm better at it now, but this is like back when I was learning. But no, I definitely prefer this. Um Knitspin Girl says, I just bought some market scales so I can wind 100 grams of yarn from a cone without it switching itself off halfway through. Oh, yes, that is annoying, is it not? I actually don't I don't put my cones on scales. I twist off what I think the meterage should be. I don't cut it, I weigh it and then work out whether it needs more or less and then work it out. And then I actually put the number of meters um, on my machine. My scanner, I can program in how many meters I need. Maybe I should just pay for Prime. It's the same as Costco. Look, I think Prime is worth it personally. I wonder if probably have an affiliate link, guys, to sign up to Prime. I like it for 2 reasons, right? One, I get free shipping and free international shipping. I spend that can be a big difference. That can be a big change, right? Especially shipping to Australia, it's huge. The other thing is, I love Prime Video, and so I've got Prime Video part of my thing, and I also love Twitch, right? So I like watching Twitch streamers, and with my Prime account that I have, I can choose a Twitch streamer because Twitch is owned by Amazon. I can choose my favorite Twitch streamer and also be a member of their channel, like which is normally like $5 or $6 USD a month just for that. But for my to check it, I think it's around $9 or $10 USD, and I get all of that. Like fuck, I don't buy that much from Amazon, and you know what? Neither do I. But I watch Amazon Prime, so for me it makes it work just for the Amazon Prime. So when I get my free shipping, it's a double bonus. Look at that. 3 rounds done. Before I cut, I'm going to double check I've got the right number of stitches. Yeah, no, it's all good. All good. And there's yarn left over. And I didn't think I would have enough. I wonder how many of these little... I've got a little basket here of ones that I'm like, well, that's not big enough to wear with. So how many of those I can actually... Prime have a lot of extra value perks as well. Yeah, they also have Prime Music, which I don't use, so I don't know if it's any good. I've got YouTube. Let's see if you have enough. We're just gonna live stream where we just weigh all the things. Yay! 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 My little basket a bit. This one looks a bit small. Yay! It's still gonna be enough. That won't be. Nope. And I don't think this one will be. No. Oh dear. Oh, that one's short by like 0.05 of a gram. Ah, oh, so frustrating. Oh, what do we need? 7. Yay, there's enough of that one too. Okay, so I went from a full basket of ones that there wasn't going to be enough of, so that's how many there's not enough of. Because like here, look, I would start and go, oh, I ran out. That's exciting. Look at all these little bits. There's definitely in the basket. I hate wasting yarn, you guys. Am I alone, like, in the wasting of yarn thing? I hate wasting. I'm not sure if I'd use video, Twitch, music perks. Look, it may not be worth it. Like, that's the thing. If you're not gonna, like, for me, I use the video and the Twitch, right? Like, I wouldn't do the Twitch unless I was to have this, but I use the Twitch and I use the video, like Prime Video, right? So for me, that makes it worth it in itself. The video makes it worth it on its own. So then add in all these other little extra bits are like, woohoo, bonus. I keep all the scraps for a rainy day, and anything too short I use as stuffing for Amy. So like, I've never used, like, these are all like ends that I've been trimming off. I look, I still throw away the end. But for a project this size, I'm starting to think it might be worth keeping them something. But then I feel guilty because am I not just keeping rubbish? Like, whereas these ones I'm totally going to use. I'm also going to be doing like a linen stitch scarf, and I'm just going to use bits for it, like, and go as long as I can, and then when that runs out, do the next bit. And it's going to be like dip into the basket and just knit a row, just keep knitting until that bit runs out. So it's going to be total like splodge. If you save them all, you do get enough to stuff small toys and things. I keep all the scraps. I hate the feel of the. I keep all of the scraps unless I hate the feel of the yarn. Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion right there. Like, if I didn't like the feel of these, they wouldn't be included. It's simple, I'm sure. Thinking I need a separate basket for the ones that have got enough. But now that I know that they're enough, I don't want to forget. I'm making Scraptastic Granny Stripe blanket, changing colours whenever I feel like with Russian joins. I'm using every last centimetre of the scraps. Yeah, well, that's what I want to do with these. Because, like, these are the scraps from the making the sock kit. So I will be able to make up, like, you know, because there's 5 grams of each colour, but sometimes, you know, I'd rather go 5.5 than 4.5. So, you know, sometimes they're a little over, which means that I don't get a perfect number at the end of things. And so, yeah, it means that I have a waste at the end. Like, it's normally about sort of like that much. So what have we got here? We'll weigh it. Okay, so that's 5.2. Technically, that could have probably been another one. And that can go. Oh no, I've just realized, I'm like, that can go in this basket. Go in that basket. We've started a thing. This is a thing now. This is a thing. But like, this is from the last 2 years ago, mystery, like, rainbow socks. That one's 2.93, and I kept it. 2 years it's been living in this bag. I've learnt not to let the wheels of my chairs get eat up yarn for anybody. Yeah, these are the new colours. New colours here, but this is old green. One of the old green. And this is, I don't know what that could be, even slime. No, this is Slimer. There's also some just leftovers, just from when I make minis. When I did, can't really see it there. I'm just gonna go up to a different camera angle. You still can't see it because it's covered by the seconds. But basically the Charlotte Stream, I had all bits of leftover because I did 12 colours plus the grey plus the cream. Actually this cream that I'm using is leftover from the other project. So I've got there. I want a little baggie now for those. Like for my little ends, just in case I decide I want to make a toy just to see if I can stuff it. I see I can't do that. If it's not used in a year, it goes. Oh, okay. All right. Well, see, this stayed out here. It wasn't in my craft room in the house. So, look, even if there's stuff in my craft room. F10. I'm probably not the person to talk to about that. Okay, we got time for another square. We do. Either is good. Oh, you're in scales away. So, what have you guys going? Oh, with scraps, that is. Okay, all right. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah, this was just a lot of scrap that I really didn't want to waste. Like, and it's beautiful yarn. And some of it was like this, you know, merino silk fly, and you know, I was like, oh, I don't want to throw any of that away. That's delicious. So yeah, and sometimes I look back on time and I go, oh my god, I cannot believe that was too. It feels like it was 6 months ago, and I struggle a little. Kim says, oops, I may have just ordered my Christmas present to me. Are you buying yourself scales for your because I mean they're useful. Now I've got a bone to pick with Spotlight, guys. Last night I noticed, hang on a second, I've got an email from Spotlight. And it is an email with a 40% off any one item, full priced item in store, right? In store. So for a start, anybody who is in Metro Victoria, like Metro Melbourne area, they can't go in store. The stores are closed. They cannot use their vouchers. Those vouchers are rubbish for them. Now, I was checking out because they were like exclusions. So I was going through the exclusions and I noticed, hang on a second, none of the usual exclusions are there. Cry-cut's not there. I can buy a cry-cut machine for 40% off. Well, I now know why they didn't exclude it. It's because even though it's on their website, they don't have it available anywhere in Queensland. I think we found one in one store because there was a group of us all checking all our local stores and what have you just to see. And that was that way with most of the big items. There were none in stock. I was looking at overlockers and none of the decent brand overlockers were in stock. And I was just like, that's one way to make sure nobody uses the voucher in store on anything good, is just put the good stock away. I was a bit grumpy. I don't like that. I think that's rubbish. I really. Oh, it's not scales. Good. Dizzy's maternity leave starts in 2 days. Go, Dizzy. When are you due? So if you is it in a couple of weeks? Like, I'm not sure. It's been so long since we've caught up, and I've still got serious, like, where I am in Logan is still under some restrictions. We're like, we're very lucky here. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, definitely not gonna lie, but We are very, very lucky where we are. But in Logan in Queensland, we're considered a little bit of a hot spot at the moment. And we have some restrictions on going out, or more dining out and things like that. Like I can go to the shops, no, I can, you know, I think at the moment they would like it if you would please wear a mask, but there's no mandatory mask wearing up here yet. But yeah, so anyway, I am very lucky, but our local IKEA still doesn't, which is where we would do our in-person meetups for our Native Crafters group, where I know Dizzy from, is still not, like, it's still not enough for us to be able to go as a group. Hoping lockdown eases soon. Yes, Gamer Widows. I've got my fingers firmly crossed for you guys down in Melbourne, because that's just insanity. I think I saw a thing today that said it was 155 days of full lockdown, which makes it longer than. I've never received an email from Spotlight. That's annoying. Lego Bob, some more knitting needles. Got Lego Bob some more. So funny. That mean I can get 40% off a good rotary cutter? Look, I mean, as long as it's a full priced item, and they've got it in store because it's in store only. I can't see why not. Like, I didn't see that in the exclusion list. Due in end of November. Hurry up, Gummy Bear. Oh, yeah, there gets a point, doesn't there? Like, for those of us that have had children, I know not everybody has or wants, but there gets to a point where you're just like, okay, I'd rather be able to, like, carry you around and then just put you down every now and again, because right now with this whole lugging you around and you're sitting on my bladder thing, that's not working for me. um do any of you get frustrated with, like, the terms and conditions on a sale to the point where it's just like, you know what, no point me using that voucher? Oh yeah, that's right, it needs to also not have a VIP discount because it's no, so, which I think is rude, personally. I just think that's a bad sale that Spotlight are having. I just bad sale. Look, I've run a few sales as Fiberific, and some of them have been better than others. Various reasons, but that one's just, yeah. I've been hearing some interesting stories about Spotlight stores and their shipping. It seems not all stores like orders to customers. That also bothers. Not that I'm in direct competition with Spotlight, but I do compete some tools, and frustrating me when I see people being treated like that. Well, you know, Spotlight customers, not my customers, but I still don't like it. So can we go to the Bearded Dragon in I don't know. I really don't know. Depends on what their setup is, and I mean, it's all right there. I prefer, yeah, personally, it's got better light. There is a bird on my roof. I can hear it thundering. Thunder, 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 thunderbirds. We've got directly, so basically from here, about, I would say, 4 meters that way. My shed's probably another, well, maybe not even 4 meters. My shed's another sort of 2 meters to the wall, or 2.5 meters to the wall. And then basically directly on the other side is a mulberry tree and a bottle brush tree. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the lorikeets are going insane in the bottle brush tree. They're just losing their minds. And then if they happen to lean over and eat one of the white mulberries as well, oh my gosh, they go on this. I swear, do birds get sugar highs? Because it seems like they just lose their minds. Like, they absolutely lose. So, yeah. checking the chat here. Have I bored everybody to sleep today? Hope not. Nope, that's it. Cut it off, double check I've done it right. Oh, it's a whole row down. I've got to go back and fix it. Sorry guys, I don't mean to go radio silence. Nah, just working while watching you. My cat decided to attack me. Oh gosh, I was shopping and transferring money. I'm here, but I'm multitasking. Oh, hey Hannah, how you going? Yeah, I'm definitely right here. Let's fix it. Decide not to pay PayPal, so no merchant fees. Our merchant fees are it depends. Yeah, merchant fees are always a percent. Like there's normally like a flat rate amount, like say 30 cents. It depends, obviously, 30 to 50 cents, and then a percentage of sale, and that's the case for anyone, whether you're using credit cards or whatever. That's pretty much how it works. 7. I've got enough this time. Yay. Right. Can I get some, wait a second, mulberries? Mine are white mulberries. They are not red mulberries, just so you know. And my husband cut the branches up, so you basically need to get on a ladder to be able to get any fruit. But I like white mulberries because when you step on them, they don't stain your feet, or they don't stain your clothes. And when Abby used to climb trees, because she'd get mulberry juice stuck on her as well. They're still sweet, but they're just not as sweet as their red counterparts or black counterparts. I'm glad you're good, Hannah. What's everybody? Is everybody still working on their projects that they were working on before? And who's joining in to Tina's Queen Cal? I'm still waiting on my yarn to arrive, so I don't know when I will start. I did not order one of their kits. I ordered just yarn from Nick. Sort of made my own pack kind of thing. Alison has a white mulberry as well. See, and you like them as well, Alison? I like them just fine. I actually ate like 5 before I came in. Your crocheting is amazing. Oh, thank you, Enigmata. I love crocheting. I find it very relaxing. I've found it so relaxing. Sometimes I crochet myself right off to sleep. I'll be sitting in a chair in the lounge room, nodding off. I do it with knitting as well, and spinning. Spinning is terrible. I find it very hard to stay awake while spinning. I just nod off. I just get into this zone and just spin. Nikki says I thought mulberries were a bush rather than a tree. The thing I learned today. No, mine. I mean, you can prune them down and keep them bush height. But because my husband hates navigating around low bushes when he's mowing, he's always pruned all the trees up to head height. So all our trees, including like our bottle brushes and everything, you can walk under them without getting hit by branches. So yeah, I mean, you probably could have pruned it to be shorter, but we just never. I saw the Danish TV show. It's actually quite old, but it was a crochet competition, something like MasterChef. It was really cool to see a show for knitters. Yeah, they had there's a slow knitting show on Netflix where they spin the wool and knit the wool and make a sweater. Jen says, I've done that. My fiance will come home and I'll be sitting up my crochet hook in my hand asleep. Just means you chill. It means you're chilling. I think it's more to do with the pop goes the weasel. Oh dear. Oh, it's a knitting comp. Yeah, knitting. Yeah, no, it's amazing to watch. I really like it. I prefer it definitely than that slow TV train thing where you just a camera on a train that's shunting around. That's not my favorite. Back to back. Lorikeets get drunk on nectar. Ah, those little stinkers. So they're up there in the bottle brushes right now, losing minds. We have a mulberry tree on the footpath, technically in front of the neighbour's house. So many people come and raid it. Oh. What have we got here? We've got white mulberries, lemons, limes, mandarin, cherry guavas. Pretty well everything else is dead. It's awkward when something's on council property and can't sort of claim ownership to it. Yeah, my mulberries. But the other thing with mulberries is the more you pick, the more it grows as well. Like they have a full growing seed. So if you go and pick them, come back. Unlike snow peas do that too. I like the slow TV. I like the train trips in winter. I don't think I've seen a winter one. It's better. Look at that. There's still like a little nugget. Nugget. I'm gonna see if there's enough for a second one. Because now I can weigh it and check before I start. I'm so excited. It's lame, isn't it? It's definitely lame. Just realized how I was like, oh, I'll just weigh it. There's enough for another one. I think 163, 180. Yep, there's enough for another one. Who would have thought that little nugget would be enough for a square? Probably not me. 1.8 grams. Where are we at? Kim, you didn't tell me the time and just let me get started another square. You are terrible. I totally blame Kim and nobody else, by the way. We have orange, mandarin, lime, mango, and I so want a fig tree so much. Oh. Unfortunately, the bees aren't anymore. The hive was stolen and the secondary swarm didn't stay. I think they just moved their protection from. Oh my gosh. That's so bad. I can't believe someone would just steal the bees. I wanted to turn the backyard into a fruit and veg growing yard. I used to grow a lot more before I hurt myself. And there's a physicality to gardening or maintaining a garden. And I had to sort of make some. You're an adult. Oh dear. I wanted. Hopefully the bees stung them a bit. Yeah, I reckon they deserve that. That's rude. Those bees went there for a reason. No, it's just. Yeah. We think it was the guy that came and tried to take it a week earlier, claiming they were his bees. I mean, are they his bees if they've up and left? Really is the question. They obviously don't want to be his bees. I mean, can he prove ownership of the bees? Game winner says not enough sunlight hits my backyard to grow anything. Oh. Some annoying cockatoos decided to attack the new growth on the mango tree the other day. So naughty. Bye, Dizzy. Have a good day. Came back at night and just cut off the whole branch that the hive was attacking. It's just rude. You know, like that was actually, that hive was bringing your neighbours all together. Everyone was checking on the hive and talking about the hive. Oh, the sound does keep cutting out? Okay. Alright, because Sally was having a problem with that earlier and everyone else was okay. But now it seems like everybody is. Alright, well, it is time anyway, lovelies. Yeah, they took a whole branch. They just cut it down. That's just rude. Just chops off at the beginning and end of words. Okay. I'll have a look at that. Your squares look different to the squares I normally see. Are you crocheting every space? These are what's called solid squares, so you actually crochet all the stitches, not just the corners. You should check out the pattern. It's a freebie. It's an absolute freebie. So yeah. Anyway, lovelies, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna see you all next week. If you happen to be around when I'm doing some tech testing, jump in and say hi, and we will see, you know, how it goes. In the next few weeks, we might be changing over to a new system. So yeah, technically they could get a fine because it was a council tree. You're not allowed to prune them. Oh, so frustrating. So frustrating. Alrighty, well, I will see you all. I'm just looking for something here. Right, there it is. I'll see you all next week. You be good, look after yourselves, and keep crafting. Bye.